in the company, or what's your salary, or what accolades you won, in what activity are you a champion. This is the way the world around us throws us. And these external things which I told you are the biggest talk in the entire world. And after the social media became very prominent, number of likes and how many dislikes you got and how many likes you got, how many followers you have in the Instagram. So these things became a very great topic of concern amongst children of your generation now. So when we talk about these things, one may ask a question, what's wrong in asking these things? You will see that in case I failed in an examination, when people ask me how many marks you got and what's your rank in the class, that fear of failure and how will I speak about it to my peers or to my superiors, it makes us feel very small and insignificant and pained at heart. And oftentimes when elders compare us with our friends, that unhealthy comparison breeds envy and jealousy and bad thoughts in our mind. And also in case we succeed, we tend to become proud. So these kind of qualities also, they are very harmful and injurious to our true self. So this kind of external observation which I am talking till now, this is the talk of the world. But in Gita, Lord Krishna teaches us two very important information about you. First thing, in second chapter of the Gita, 13th verse, he says that there is a true self and there is a artificial self over the true self. Just like there is a car and a driver. So he says this body, what you see, is like a facade over the soul. And how it is a facade, you can see that it is changing continuously. All of you think for a moment, how many of you have seen your childhood picture when you were a small baby in your mother's lap? You've seen that, right? Now look at your photo, which is much different from what that was. Think about it, isn't it? You were a small baby, then you grew up a little bit more, then you grew up. Now what you are a young boy or a girl now. Body has changed. This body is changing from childhood to youth to old age. And it falls away. Just like a flower which blossoms in the morning, evening it is dried up. The same thing happens with our body. But one good news that Lord Krishna gives in the Gita is, you are not that. You are not this body, what you see in the mirror, or what you see in a selfie. After taking a selfie, what you see, that's not you, he says. You are the soul or the real self, he says. Just like you talk about energy. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Energy disappearing in one form, reappears in another form without any loss or gain. Am I right? This is the law of conservation of energy. This is true for material energy. It's also true for spiritual energy also. So each and every one of you sitting here, you are spiritual energy. How do you know that you, the spiritual energy, is existing in this facade of the external body? There are three ways by which you can observe it yourself. The very first thing, all of you are looking for one thing in this world. Can any of you say, what is it? What is one thing we are looking for? Yeah?
Is it happiness?
Happiness, you are right. You're looking for happiness. Is there anyone here who will not agree with this? How many of you agree with this? You are looking for happiness? Correct? We are looking for happiness, yeah. But I have a question regarding happiness. Some people say, life, if it is full of happiness, life would be boring. There should be a mixture of happiness and suffering, some people say. How many of you think so? Okay, so half of them. So let me ask you a question. In the first year you got 8 out of 10. In second year you got 9 out of 10. Third year you got 10 out of 10. Now you are going to the fourth year undergrad. Would you like to continue to have 10 out of 10, or would you like to go back to 6 out of 10? Because it's boring to get more and more marks. Is there anyone here who will say, that I am bored with getting too many high grades? Any of you? Huh? So how many of you would like to maintain 10 out of 10 third year? Correct? So none of us want to be reduced. Huh? We are all looking only for happiness. We are not looking for happiness mixed with suffering. We want only happiness. But because happiness and suffering come together in this world, we understand that we have to accept it, correct? Huh? As a way of life. But given the opportunity, if you want either mixed happiness, suffering, or only happiness, you will choose which one? Happiness. That's the point. So that's one thing. Second thing, you will observe that all of us want to live forever, and we don't want to see any harm coming on us. Huh? For example, do you all agree that you want to protect your body and protect the bodies of your near and dear ones? Correct? Like some of the US students here, they told me that their parents are in Kashmir border, or in the northwest border in India. So wherever I went this time, they told me, please pray for my parents. Huh? Because we are concerned about the protection and safety of our near and dear ones. And we are also concerned about protection and safety of our own body also. Now we all want to live. Huh? We don't want to die, we all want to live. You will see that there is a desire to survive. Like you will see a sparrow in a tree. If somebody takes a catapult or something to hit the sparrow or shoot a sparrow, it will fly away immediately because it wants to be protected. You will see that. That's the second principle. Third principle, we all strive for perfection. You know, there is a department called quality control, because we strive for perfection. Like you see, if you make automobile parts, 500 ppm means in a million parts, only 500 are defective. And the lesser defective it is, more better is the quality. Correct, isn't it? Similarly, I am sure that when you are all doing your project thesis, or if you are doing some study in the subject, you want to be perfect. Is there anyone sitting here who says, I like to commit mistakes and look like a fool? None of us want to be. Isn't it?
You learn the most when you make mistakes.
No, we do mistakes, but we would not like to do mistakes. Do you strive for making mistakes, or you strive for doing your work without mistakes? You all agree? No, we try to do without mistakes, but we may commit mistakes. But what do you strive for?
Perfection.
Yeah? Perfection. That's correct. We strive for perfection. Therefore, we seek knowledge. All of us are knowledge-seeking creatures. Otherwise, why do we go to school or college? We want knowledge. You see, if you have a plant in the room, you open the window, and if sunlight is coming, the plant will go towards light. This was proven by Jagdish Bose, isn't it? Because it goes from darkness to light. You want to go from ignorance to knowledge. These are three things you will see in any living creature. To strive for happiness, to strive for protection and safety, to strive for knowledge. You will see that. So this in Sanskrit is called as Sat, Chit, Ananda. So therefore Lord Krishna says, you are soul, and Sat means eternal, Chit means full of knowledge, Ananda means happiness. And you already possess these three things. You already have that. So we want to be. We are not human doings. We are human beings. We don't have to do anything in the world to show to others. If you just be a human being, kind, courteous, friendly, and aligned with God, and you don't harm others, you are already rightly situated. But the world doesn't see that. They are talking more about human doings than beings. Is it not true? That's what I was talking in the beginning. So, coming to the being, I will say a few words and then I will take some discussions from all of you. According to Gita, the two facts are said. One fact already I have told you, 2.13. You are not the body, you are driver of the body. You are not the computer, you are the operator of the computer. Or you are not the robo, you are maker of the robo. Correct? You operate the robo, you are not the robo. So, that is the first thing, the fact is it. And 15.7 in Gita, Lord Krishna says, we all are part of God and therefore we have the nature of God. So being a part and parcel of God, just like for example, if a mother and father are, father is handsome, mother is beautiful, then the child is also beautiful, correct, no? Similarly, God is beautiful. So every one of the souls is also beautiful. There is not a single person here who is bad. But surrounding the soul are two coverings, mind and body. You are the soul, you are covered by mind and body. Now the mind is for storing your desires and body is for executing the desires. So you can say your mind is like a microprocessor and your body is like a servo motor. So here you write the microprocessor program whatever you desire and body you execute. Say for example Radheshyamdas, I want to play piano now. So I have a desire in the mind. So when I get my money, I'll go to the market and purchase a piano and I'll play with my hands. So my desire is translated into action. Is that clear to everybody? So therefore God has given you a mind and a body because we all have come in this world with certain desires. Now in the mind are many defects, like for example, some of us may be lethargic and lazy in doing things, for example. Some of us may postpone, some of us may be irritated for small things, some of us cannot play in a team. These problems are where? Are they in the soul or in the mind? Mind. They are in the mind. So you are not bad, your mind is bad. Just like for example, if any of you came into this room with stinking socks. Of course, I don't say nobody is stinking. I don't think anybody is wearing the socks today. I'm just giving an example. In case one of you came with a stinking, and everybody is plugging the nose and saying, hey, who is stinking? In one class, when I was giving, one boy asked, who is stinking? I said, nobody is stinking, socks is stinking. I said, whose socks? He said. Then one of the boys immediately went out. He removed his socks and washed his feet and came. Then I asked this boy, is it still stinking? I said, no, there's no more stinking. So then I gave the same example. I said, all the souls are divine, but the mind around them, that is stinking with some bad qualities. Some souls have a mind which is having anger. They quarrel with everybody. Some souls have a mind which is greedy. They are selfish in looting others' things, correct, no? So, but the good news for all of us is, even if I have a mind like that stinking socks, the stinking socks is washable. Mind is also cleanable. How do you clean the mind? Just like you were all singing, such a beautiful kirtan was happening here. This is a way to calm the mind. To calm the mind, clean the mind, purify the mind. So this is actually a prayer. When you chant this Hare Krishna, it's a prayer to Lord that please purify me, uplift me, accept me, bring me back to my original divinity. And I am originally pure, the soul, but this covering is impure. Make this covering also pure. That is actually this prayer. So, that is the point said in the 15.7. Mame Vamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. The Lord says that in this world all the living beings are my part and parcel. And as I am divine, they are also divine, he says. They are also divine beings, being my part and parcel. So because they are also naturally divine, the Lord looks at all of us not with our impurities. He looks at us only as a divine part. Therefore, there is a love, just as a mother feels love for a child, mother or father, like that the ultimate God, he also feels love for his part and parcels. Therefore, you don't have to do anything to show him that you are, you have done this, therefore you deserve to get love. You don't have to purchase love by doing anything in this world. Simply by existing, you attract his love. Correct, no? For example, your mom or your father, do they love you for doing something, or they love you just because you happen to be what you are? If you ask like that, of course, some students told me that my parents, unless they prove myself, they won't love me. Of course, that is one type of family. But, but actually speaking, God loves you for what you are. And what is the proof for that? God loves you for what you are. If you see, there are evidences in the Vedic literature that once upon a time, in the Ramayana we read, Ramayana is the epic where Lord Rama represents the divine forces and Ravana represents demoniac forces. So there is a war between the divine and the demoniac. So, when he had to go from India to Lanka, a bridge was to be made. So, Lord Rama had many monkeys who were making that bridge with big boulders they were putting. But there was a small squirrel who thought that such a big wonderful project is going on for the pleasure of the Lord. I also want to do something. He had a desire. His intent was good, but he was not capable. Still, he picked some few small stones, and between two boulders he filled up with small stones so that the rocks will stay together. And that was taken notice by Lord Ram. Lord Ram immediately picked up the squirrel and he put 3 lines on his body with his 3 fingers and told the squirrel, "Oh, you little one, you have such a good desire to serve me. I am very pleased with your service." Now the service he did wasn't a very big service, but the intention was very big. So Lord sees the efforts while the world sees the results. You can see the difference. So the mere effort alone is appreciated. So another little story will illustrate this point. Once upon a time, a guru told his 3 disciples to go in 3 different directions and told them, "Get me a dry leaf." Dry, it's called as, jackfruit leaf. You know jackfruit, you have seen the jackfruit with sharp things? Yeah. So get me the jackfruit leaf, he said. So they went in 3 directions. Evening they came back and told Guru that one of them said, "I was picking the dry leaves. One man told me, you cannot take these leaves because you have to pay for it. I use it as a fuel in the furnace," he said. So the disciple had no money, so he came back with empty hands. Then the second disciple came back and said, "I also was picking up the leaves from another place. One lady said, I combine the leaves and I make a leaf plate and I sell it. So you can't take this for free. You have to pay," she said. Then I also came back with empty hands. The third fellow said, one man was picking up the leaves and crushing them to make some medicine powder. He said, "You have to pay for these leaves. I can give you 1 kg. But for the weight of the leaf, you have to pay something." So I also came back empty hands. Then the Guru told all 3 of them, "What do you understand from this?" He said, "Even a dry leaf is not useless. How can you be useless?" Guru asked. This was the last lesson he taught in the Gurukul. When the children went back, and those boys went back, they remembered it all their life. Even a dry leaf is useful in this world. How can a human being not be useless? Everybody can do something in this world. So, every one of you here definitely possesses at least 1 potential out of the 8 potentials I am going to tell you. When I tell you that, you can raise your hand, okay? First one, spatial visual, means you have some good sense of artistry. You can do painting or drawing or sketching. You can see something and draw, or you do watercolor. Any of you? Who does it, painting? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Okay. And second is linguistic. How many of you know more than 3 languages? You know how many languages you know?
I know 3, but I also...
One more you know? 3 you can speak.
Yeah, but I'm also learning Sanskrit, so...
4. Good. Okay. Anyone else? Okay. You also? Very good. Yeah. So those who know 3 languages, they will learn eventually 7, 8 also languages, because they have a knack for learning the languages. Okay. Third one, intrapersonal. Intra means you put this student in a room and lock the door for 1 year, but give 100 books, and make sure you give the lunch to the window. And without coming out of the room, they can sit in the room even for a year also. How many of you are like that? Intrapersonal. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good. So intrapersonal. Then next one is musical. You have a musical sense. You like to play instruments or you like to sing. How many of you? Oh, that's a good number. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Amazing. Amazing. Very good. Okay. Next is bodily kinesthetic, which means you cannot sit in one place. You like to do sports, either jog or run or play or volleyball or baseball, or you like to be active in the body. Bodily kinesthetic we call it. We have how many? 1, 2. Oh, you also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 of them. 6. Yeah, 6. Okay. Then interpersonal. These people are very gregarious in nature. They like to connect with people. They will never be alone. They will be surrounded by a group of people always. Wherever they will go, they will easily connect with people. How many of you will connect? There are many. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, good. Then there is logical mathematical. How many of you love mathematics? You are a mathematics lover. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Then the last one is you are very concerned about environment and eco-friendliness. You don't want the environment to be destroyed. Even whatever profession you may take in your life, you will devote some time for environment. How many of you are like that? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, good. So now you will see, I told you 8 type of skills I told you. These are called 8 type of intelligences. Now how many of you at least got 1 out of these 8 you found out? You can raise your hand. At least 1 out of. Almost everyone. Therefore none of us are useless. That's the proof. It's clear now. So that means your core personality means you have some talent. That is God-given talent. Already you have it. Even in case your parents didn't let you go in that direction, they wanted you to be somebody else to conform with the society. Like parents, I wanted to be a monk when I was in my 5th standard. But my father told me that you have to become an engineer or a doctor. So for his pleasure, I became engineering. I did my undergrad and masters also. I worked for about 4 years. I got all my sisters married and settled. Then I asked my father, at least now can I become a monk now? He said, okay, your duties are over, now you become a monk now. So in this way, right now you all raised hand for some particular type of intelligence. In case your parents don't let you go in that direction, you chose another line. Side by side you can do that, because that is going to give you tremendous confidence. It will give you confidence that I am also good at something and this is God-gifted talent for me. And you can work in that direction. And by that you will not go by the outside world validating you for something else and criticizing you for some shortcoming in some other direction. Let us take some discussion points. Anybody want to say something? Any of you? Yeah.
I was thinking about purpose as one of the things that I think every human being strives for in relation to happiness.
Correct. Everyone is striving for happiness. That's true. You agree with that? Correct? Yeah, we all look for happiness. Yeah. That's because in every living body there is a endeavor for happiness and endeavor for perfection, endeavor for protection. Because there's a living spirit who is occupying a living body. For example, in India, for example, somebody is sitting in a bus, a passerby just hits a person by mistake. This fellow will immediately get wild. He will shout at him, how dare you hit me? On the other hand, after this fellow dies, even if somebody kicks on his face, he won't say anything. Why? Because the spirit has left the body. The soul, the person who is driving the body is no more in the body. So this body is like a gloves. Like if I put a gloves in my hand, I move it. The gloves is moving not because glove is alive. What is alive? Hand is alive. If I take my hand out, the gloves will fall. Like that, this body, as soon as the soul leaves the body drops dead. Then it is good for nothing, although everything else is there in the body. Like in Russia, there was a soldier in whose body all the parts of the body were intact, youngster, but he left the body. So the doctor said, every part of the body is perfect, no part of the body has any defect. But what is missing in the body? The soul is missing the body. Soul has left the body is called as dead. Is that clear? Yeah. So the soul always is happy, always, being eternal, he wants to always live eternally. And he always wants to be happy. And always want to be full of knowledge. So right now, because of the mind covering us, the knowledge is stunted. Therefore, we are coming to college to learn more knowledge, so that we can increase the knowledge. But when the soul is liberated from the body, you will be full of knowledge. That's why these 3 symptoms can only be seen in a living body. You will see that. And not only that, 3 more things you can see. For example, perception. One is the perception and purposeful action. Also you will see that. Observation and perception and purposeful action. For example, say somebody gives you a gulab jamun, for example. You know gulab jamun? Floating in a golden liquid with a spoon. As soon as you see it, immediately there is saliva in your tongue. Because you know that gulab jamuns are sweet and I've eaten them before. So you have the previous experience. So the previous experience, as soon as you see that, immediately you develop a desire to eat it. And as soon as somebody tells you, okay, go ahead, take it. And immediately there is an action, you will do that. Similarly, you will see that if you see a snake on the road, for example, as soon as you see, you recollect the previous experience. Snakes can be fatal, they are very dangerous. Immediately you look here and there and take a stick and you will beat it, or you will go away from the place of the snake, you will see. So you take a purposeful action. So the perception and purposeful action is also there only in a living body, not in dead matter. You will see that. Living body can perceive and take a purposeful action. It can do that. Whereas dead matter, for example, if a snake crawls over this table, will the table do anything? It will keep quiet. Like we attended one seminar on how to deal with the snakes, because I lived in a farm. So the speaker was telling, in case when you are sitting under a tree, a snake crawls over you, just sit like this. Don't move at all. Even if it crawls over your shoulder, over your neck and over your face also, then snake won't do anything, he said. Why? Because you are not moving. But is it possible for us to sit like that? How many of you think it's little difficult? It's not little difficult, very difficult, isn't it? Because you will make an effort to escape, not just sit like that. So, because you are present, who? You, the soul. You are present in the body. You are not present, then the dead body is not going to respond. When a snake crawls over a dead body, will it respond? It won't. So this is the very first A, B, C that is taught in the Gita. Very basic. As soon as Arjuna got this knowledge, he became super confident. He understood, I am not the body, I don't have to worry. For example, if somebody got poor grades, for example, they didn't get a distinction. When this body perishes, our degree also goes with it. The next life you will start with Baba Black Sheep. Go to school. So nothing to worry. You don't lose much. See, at the time of birth, you come with empty hands. At the time of death, you go with empty hands. Whatever you get in this world, you leave it behind and go. But only one thing comes with you, which is your spiritual advancement, so spiritual maturity. Like you are attending these classes, you are attending the kirtan. The spiritual maturity is what? The mind is right now, say 100% having bugs, 100 bugs. 20 bugs you cleared in this life. Next life you will start from 21st bug. And next life you clear another 30. Then third life you start from 51st bug. When 100 bugs are cleared, you go back to spiritual plane, where you are eternally happy. Because there you don't need this mind and body. This mind and body are only in this world. There, the spirit soul is beautiful, eternal, divine, everlasting. It is all the sublime qualities. It is always peaceful. So to attain that state, we come to these classes, to go back to our pure state. Their body, so how do you keep your body? Even now you can prepare for that. How? Do some exercise daily with the body. Most people don't do exercise, they just sit in front of the TV and watch for 6 hours. So we call it a couch potato, we call it. So get up and run. In America I see many people run, they go for jogging. Do some yoga of the body. Another thing you can do to keep yourself healthy is sleep early and rise early. So how many of you sleep at 2 o'clock here? 1 to 2. We have 3, 4 of them. Okay. How many of you sleep between 12 to 1? Okay. How many sleep between 11 to 12? Okay. How many sleep between 10 to 11? Okay. How many 9 to 10? Really great, huh? Okay. So according to science, I have a video also. I will give it to Kautakarna Prabhu. It's just a 2.5, 3-minute video. You will even find it in YouTube. Why do billionaires like Tim Cook or all those great top-notch CEOs of companies rise by 4 a.m.? They sleep by 10 p.m. and rise by 4 a.m. So you can find out the secret yourself, that we hear the video. Because early morning, 4 o'clock is the time for affirmations, out-of-box thinking, creativity, innovation, and also you can do meditation, chanting Hare Krishna. All this in the early morning is very good. It is because what you get in the early morning, golden hours between say 4 to 7, 1 hour at that time is equal to 5 hours during the day. Morning time is very, very ideal for such activities. Morning time is for planning. Between 9 to 3 is for acting, and 3 to 6 for emailing or phone calling and all those things. And then after 6 for connecting with people, meet your family members, friends and everything. Of course, you can do your studies and review of the day, what I heard in the daytime today and everything. But the early morning is for planning and innovating and things like that. So anyway, I told you about sound sleep, 6-7 hours of sound sleep. And if your diet is a good diet, like for example, the kind of diet you give prasad here, you bring it also. The kind of prasad you eat here, this prasad is very nourishing. It is also freshly cooked. Now nowadays, in my 2008 when I came to America, I was shocked to see somebody told me in their house, on Wednesday they were giving me something, they were heating in the microwave. I asked, when was it cooked? They said, only Sunday we cook. I was shocked. I said, if you don't cook fresh and serve, it's a dead food. Should you eat dead food or should you eat live food? Freshly cooked, hot and offered to Lord, and then when it is served, you also become fresh, like that. And if you eat very dead food which is kept in the fridge for many days, then you become very dull also. So you want to be dull or you want to be fresh? So if you want to you want to be very alert and aware, then food should be freshly cooked, offered and eaten immediately. So this prasadam is like that. So the diet, exercise, sound sleep, if these things are done for the body, like I sleep 6 hours, between 9 to 3 I sleep, or 9:30 to 3:30, and I can work for 18 hours a day. And I don't lie down during the day at all, anytime. And this I am doing last 25 years. And I feel very fresh man. Now I am 56 now. I joined this movement at the age of 25. So 31 years I am doing this. And I can tell from my experience how life is joyful if you stick to this. I sleep early and I rise early and I eat very simple prasadam. I do yoga daily, and I can keep my consciousness very brisk during the day, and I can think in the early morning well. I make plans, and I make my calendar for the whole year 1 month before this year ends. That means in November 2024, my 2025 calendar is ready. By which part of the world I will go. So in this way, your body can be very nicely planned. Then the mind, for your mind, all the negativity should be driven out. It's useless to hold the negativity in your mind. You understood why I told you, today I told you. Because the world is talking about the superficial things. So don't worry about the superficial things. I heard of a little funny story in this connection. Once an elephant went to a garden. Some flowers laughed at him and said, "Hey elephant, you look like a freak," they said. "What?" he asked. "Look at you, you're a baldy. You don't have any frills like we have." The sunflowers are smiling beautifully. See, look at our frills. You don't have anything. And the elephant felt morose. And the elephant, wherever he went in the forest, said, "Hey, you are a freak. You don't have any petals like us." Immediately decided, I am going to have petals now. So he went to the garden and plucked all the lotus leaves. You have seen lotus leaves, round one? Then he went to a shop and purchased Fevicol. And he put all over his body. All over his body, face everywhere. Then he went to the flower and said, "How do I look like now?" The flower laughed and said, "Oh, now you also have petals. Nice." But then an elephant was climbing up the hill. Not a very steep hill, a shallow hill. But then suddenly, because of not able to see properly, he toppled and fell into the lake. Again, all the leaves went off. When he came out, again the flowers were smiling and laughing at him. When he came in front of the flowers in a morose way, flowers laughed and said, "Hey elephant, don't be morose. Elephants are elephants, flowers are flowers. God has made you a very strong creature, and we are a very tender creature. We have only flowers and petals. In one wind we will be blown off. But you are a mighty strong elephant. Don't worry. God has given you one thing, given me another thing. Be happy in your position. Then everyone became happy. Similarly, I told you today, you all have unique talents. God has gifted you. Be happy with the uniquely, this is called a situational leadership, you call it. A tortoise is leader in water or land? Tortoise. Is a leader in water or land? In water. And a rabbit is leader in water or land? Everybody is leader in different places. A bird is a leader in the sky. Fish is a leader in the water. See, we can swim in water, we can't live in water. So each of you is a situational leader in different fields. And God has given you the talent, and be happy with that. And the world need not validate you. Don't listen to the foolish remarks of the people around you. Then in this way your mind can be peaceful. And you all are taking part in the kirtan nicely. This kirtan will gradually eliminate all the negativities in your mind. And your mind will become more and more calm, cool, collected. It will become like a garden full of fragrant roses. Eventually you will experience that. And the spirit soul, you nourish it by this kind of knowledge, what we are sharing today. The more you hear the knowledge and read the Gita, 1 page a day also, that will uplift you, elevate you, give you the ability to discriminate what is right, what is wrong, what to do, what not to do, what is beneficial, what is harmful, what to pick, what to drop. Clearly you will know it. Thank you. Any one last question? Anybody? Yeah.
How do you stay present in the moment?
How to be present in the moment? Yeah. Actually, it is said that the mind bird has 2 wings. What are the 2 wings? The past and the future. Like that flies. Therefore, the mind doesn't remain in the present always. You have to clip those 2 wings, it will come to present. So we always think, if only, like that we think about the past. Like one of my friends, there were 4 questions, mathematics questions. And he used to get centum also. 2-3 of us used to get centum in the class. So he wrote these 4 questions and said, all 4 I have finished, this time I will get centum again, he said. But then we showed him, hey, turn the page, here 1 more question is there. That he didn't see. Then he ran to the exam hall and told, Madam, please give me 1 more chance, I will finish the 5th question. Madam told, see, once you get out of the hall, you cannot come in again, she said. And he cried like anything, was very adamant, Madam didn't allow him. 1 year he was weeping, can you imagine? Because he knew the answer to the question, but somehow or other they didn't write PTO. Please turn over. So he didn't see the question. So he was always telling us, if only I saw the question, I would have got centum. If only, is that if only useful? It's not useful. So what cannot be cured must be endured, it is said. So just forget it like a bad dream. Look ahead. That is one point. And what about the future? What if war comes? What if Russia and America fight? Right now there is no fight, don't worry. Why should you punish yourself with that worry now itself? If war comes, you are punishing yourself with a worry which is not happening only. So don't worry about the future. What if this, what if that? Like one boy is in the 1st year undergrad. What if I don't get placed immediately after my course? That you should worry in the 4th year, not in the 1st year. First finish your 4 years successfully. Who knows, you may be a topper in the college and you will get placed very nicely. Why to worry about something which is going to come much later? Let us cross the bridge when it comes. Why to worry now? So, avoid this what if and if only. Then you can be in the present. Is that clear? Yeah. And how do you avoid it? You need willpower for that. And how do you get willpower? By meditation. Like for example, we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. So when we chant, mind wanders surely in the beginning. Lord Krishna says in Gita that when mind wanders, pull it back and try to hear it. Again, pull it back. Like a magnifying glass, if you move up and down, at one point you will find the focal point. Like the chanting also, you go here, there, everywhere, finally you find out, okay, this is the way I have to concentrate. And when that focal point comes, then you burn a paper or cotton. Similarly, when the mind can focus on the holy name and hear well, that time all the negativities are driven out. Then the mind remains in the present without any fear of the past or worry of the past or fear of the future. Then you remain in the present. Is that clear? Yeah. Yeah. Is it getting late, Prabhu? I can take 1 or 2 questions. Yeah. Yes.
Alright, so my question is that So we were talking about like happiness, right? I think that happiness is like really defined materially. Like we want material success more than spiritual success. Is having material success bad, or is it what? How do you think of that?
What Lord Krishna says in the Gita, you see, you may get, the world we are living in has something called dualities. Dualities means there is night, there is day. There is pleasure, there is pain. There is honor, there is dishonor. There is success, there is failure. There is profit, there is loss. For everything there is a counterpart. But we only want one side of it. Like I will ask all of you, you want profit or loss? Yeah. You want success or failure? You want pleasure or pain? Correct, no? You want victory or defeat? See, all of us agree. So because we want only one part, then how do we deal with the situation when the other part comes? And that is why people get psychosomatic depression. Correct, no? And people get depression, people get choked, people commit suicidal thoughts they get, or people cry and everything. So what Lord Krishna says, let me tell an example. Say you go to the sea beach, and as a small child, say you are making a sandcastle. You made the doors, you made the window, you made the gopuram kind of thing, and you think this is my sandcastle, because we all become attached to our creations, correct, no? Anything we do. Suddenly you see a wave comes and hits it, and knocks it down. Then you cry loudly, correct, no? Oh, alas, my sandcastle is finished. But then your mom tells you that, beta, it's getting dark now, we are going back home, come now. So you just dust your hand and go with the parents, correct, no? Now is your relationship with the ocean beach, or is your relationship with the parents? Tell me. Parents. So the smaller picture is that my relationship is with the beach. A bigger picture is my relationship is with the parents. Is that clear? You see the smaller and bigger picture? Which is smaller picture?
Big.
Yeah.
Could you say that once again?
Yeah. Our relationship with the beach in which we are making the sandcastle, that's a smaller picture. And the bigger picture is your relationship with the parents. Because beach you go one day in a week, whereas parents' relation is lifelong. Correct? In the same manner, when you get the other side in your life, like for example pain or failure and things like that, one can think that I am born in this world, I am living in this body, in the entire time span of universe, this lifespan is a flash, is it not true? It's just a small flash of time. So why to take this a very big serious thing? You know this, in California, there is a UCLA, correct? There was one Raja Raman who studied in UCLA. Yeah, I think her phone is left, I think. You want to take the phone? Who is it? Is it yours?
Oh, no.
Okay. In UCLA, one Raja Raman studied there, and he did his CA, Chartered Accountancy he did. And then, yeah?
So I just wanted to say, this is vegan dinner. I just wanted to pass it while this discussion is going on. Do you have any, this is all vegan stuff.
Yeah. This Raja Raman, after finishing, he became a chartered accountant, and he grew up in his profession to such a degree, he became a billionaire in California. At one point of time, the recession came, you all know that. Market came crashing down. Not that he came from billionaire to beggar. He didn't become beggar, he became a middle class man. But he couldn't take it. Because all his relatives called him, he said, alas, we came to know that in market crash, your economic situation went down, your business was earlier skyrocketing, now it is nosediving now, we're very sorry to know. Many called him. So when repeatedly he got calls from various relatives, feeling pity for him, the neighbors found that his door was locked. For 1 week it was not open. Then they suspected something. Called the police. Police found that this foolish person, he shot his wife and 2 daughters and 1 son. They were all in school days. He shot himself also. 3 plus 2, 5 members of the family. So, because this fellow thought this is everything in life. But according to Gita, this is like the sandcastle a person is making in an ocean beach. Because our relationship with God is eternal. Our relationship with this world is like a sandcastle. You all understand the point? Because the soul never dies. So why should he unnecessarily do this to his family? Because he thought business is everything. Like all of his students now may be thinking, academics is everything, correct, no? And when you are a small kid, you are thinking, this toy is everything for me. This teddy bear is everything for me. Isn't it? Every stage you think, this is everything for me. Another example, for example, say a boy and a girl, they loved each other, but parents don't allow them to marry sometimes. No? They don't let them be together. Or there is a broken love. No? A girl loved a boy, but later on she said, I'm not interested, I'm going with somebody else. So the broken love, people sometimes commit suicide because of that. But again, one can think like this, this one lifespan of 70, 80, 100 years, in the time span of eternity is how much? Just one flash it is. Why do you take this one flash so seriously? It's a small picture of life. Let us take a larger picture. The soul leaves one body and goes to second body, third body. Just like a small boy is using a tricycle, later uses a bicycle, then he uses a bike or a car or something like that. The soul actually leaves one body and goes to another. This is only one lifetime. It is a small picture of, there's only small picture. And the bigger picture is I am soul. Correct, no? I am soul, part of God. I am soul, indestructible. I never die. So, thinking like that can keep us always happy. Like if somebody emerges victorious, a devotee of God will say, it's all God's grace, I became victorious. And if a devotee loses the examination, got a failure, okay, I will learn from this failure and I will perform better. Like that we can think. On the other hand, if one is not having spiritual knowledge, if he attains victory, he will say, by my intelligence I attained victory, he will say. But even your brain, even Einstein didn't get his brain on his own. He didn't create his brain, God gave him the brain. Correct, no? So, yeah, truly genuine person will say, it's all God's grace. And failure is not a very big deal. When we commit mistakes, we can always learn from it. Can we commit mistake again? Yes, you can commit, but commit a new one, not the old one. Because the old one, you should have learned something from that. Isn't it? So for us, Sukh Dukh, Shita Ushna, Man Apaman, Labh Alabh, Jai Parajay, no problem. We are already prepared because in this world, both will come together. You cannot get only one thing. When a person walks, shadow follows. You lit up a fire, smoke comes. So that's the way this world is. And we are ready to accept because we know that we are not a part of this world. This world is a foreign place for us. We are originally from a spiritual plane and we are all divine, we are all pure. But we have come here and we are covered by the mind. The trouble creator is the mind only. Soul is divine, always. So let us work on the mind. Mind is like an apparatus given to us. Let us cleanse the mind. Let us drive out the negativity from the mind and make it positive. So all of you coming here to this program is the best thing that you all got in your life, I can say. Because by coming here, taking part in the kirtans, reading a page of Gita, doing the chanting, you are actually making your mind come back to its original normal position, pure position. So it's like returning back to divinity. Like somebody has a viral fever. You take some antibiotics, after 3-4 days you get relieved of the fever. So you all will feel that experience if you keep regularly coming. Yeah. If they want more, do they have?
Yeah.
Prasad, is it available more?
Yes.
Okay. Now, anybody wants more? They have finished? You can take more. So whatever I spoke, was it relatable to all of you? How many of you found it relevant to you? Relevant? Okay, good. Yeah. Like one more observation I made. One boy made one song in a guitar, with his electric guitar he made. And his friend told him that it came out very well. So he uploaded in the YouTube and million people watched it. It became very, very popular. And this guitar player, he didn't even know that it has come. Later on his friend came and showed him, hey, do you know, I just uploaded it, just see, so many people have watched it. So then his friend played the same song with a similar type of electric guitar. And he put it, only some 1,200 people watched, that's all. He became totally frustrated. How is it? I even promoted it so much, still not many people have watched. So he got thoroughly frustrated. So this type of external success in this world, success and failure, this is causing a lot of frustration in youth because of social validation. So one should know that these are all external assessments one should not worry about. God has given different talent to different people. For a horse, he has given the talent of running fast. For the dog, he has given barking ability. Isn't it? For the cuckoo, he has given singing ability. Isn't it? For everybody, he has given a different ability. So, we should learn to build that inner confidence by observing what I can do. Don't think about what you cannot do. Correct, no?
I had a question. So the talk was that we titled this as "Learn to Focus in Chaos."
Yeah.
How would you describe that?
Learn to focus in chaos.
Chaos. College is so hectic. There's so many
Yeah.
aspects in college to deal with.
Correct.
How would you describe that?
Yeah. Actually, for your academic study or for doing any good work, you need concentration. Correct, no? Like imagine I ask you to take one barrel of oil and pour it in another barrel. When you are pouring it, the oil comes out like this. You seen that? Dubuk like that. So you have to be very attentive to watch it. Otherwise, it's going to pour out. Huh? Similarly, the welding. How many of you have done welding? You have done welding? You know welding? It requires a lot of concentration. If you take it very near, it will stick. If you take it little away, it will not weld at all.
I just wanted to interrupt because we were passing the dessert. I don't know if anyone has a nut allergy. Who's nuts in it? So.
Does anyone have a nut allergy?
Yeah?
Just the dessert has the nuts
This
in
is
it.
dessert. Yeah, I just wanted to.
The rice and chana, or the chickpeas don't.
So, I was telling you the example of pouring oil. I was telling you the example of welding. I was telling you the example of the lens and concentration and everything. So, if you take the lens and shake it, can you focus it at the focal point? You cannot. It won't burn the paper. So, the same manner, our mind should not be shaken. If mind is shaken, then that is called distracted mind. And a focused mind does not shake, it is able to focus well. Now, what causes the mind to shake, I will tell you. Very simple example. If a Trojan virus enters into your computer, how does the computer behave? Any of you observed it? How does the computer behave? Sometimes computer may crash, or sometimes it hangs also. Or sometimes it opens any type of file. You've seen that? Without your permission. So, the mind either hangs, in the same manner, the mind also, when viruses enter our mind, I'll tell you what are the viruses, I'll tell you. When virus enters our mind, the mind hangs, in tamoguna we call it. Tamoguna means lethargy, laziness, too much sleeping. Nidra, alasya, pramad. Three things are said. Nidra means too much sleep, alasya means lethargy, postponing, procrastination, and pramad means madness. Madness is putting all dirty substances into the mouth like cigarette and liquor and all those things. So these three things are said to be hanging. Mind hangs in these three things. And mind goes crazy means Rajoguna, where a person is greedy or competitive or selfish, those kind of things like that. Unhealthy comparison with other friends, extremely competitive. So these two tendencies of the mind are causing distraction. Like I am studying for the exam now. In case I am thinking about my friend, what that friend is doing, I won't study my book. I'll go around asking how much you have studied, isn't it? So, the focus requires freedom. I don't know whether you have heard about the three gunas. Have you heard about three gunas? Sattva, Raja and Tama. So, if you make the mind free from tamas and rajas, then you'll get focus.
What is the meaning of this?
I'll say goodness, passion, ignorance. In goodness, you think and act. In passion, you act and regret. And in tamaguna, you neither think nor act. So, let me tell an example. Then it will be easy. When do you act and regret? Say, there was one fellow who had a mongoose in his house. You know mongoose? He had a mongoose. So one day his wife went for fetching the water. She came back and the mongoose mouth was having blood drops. So she immediately took the vessel and threw it on the mongoose and killed the mongoose, thinking that the mongoose has killed my child. But then when she went inside the house, the child was peacefully sleeping. Then she came out of the house and thought, why was the mongoose having blood drops? Then she looked, there was a snake nearby which was cut to pieces by the mongoose. In fact, the mongoose fought against the snake to save the child. But that mongoose she killed hastily. Therefore it is said in English, haste is waste, we say. So she didn't think first. She acted and then she cried after that. Alas, I killed the mongoose. So it's called as act and regret. So any of you have experienced that you did something and then you regretted. Like for example, you didn't study a whole semester. Exam came. Alas, now you regret it. Tomorrow is my paper. I haven't studied. Half the book is undone or whatever. So we act and regret. And goodness is the opposite. Goodness means you think and act. I tell you a little story about Newton. Newton once went on a walk in the evening. When he came back, all his research papers were burned down because the candle was toppled by his dog, Diamond. So he cried actually for some time. Alas, my research papers are all lost now, because in those days there was no chance to give backup also. So then he looked at the dog Diamond and said, "Oh Diamond, you don't know what have you done." In his drawer there was a gun, but he didn't shoot the dog, because he thought, even if I shoot the dog, I am not going to get my papers back. Which means he thought and acted very thoughtfully. So you want to be in goodness or passion or ignorance? Tell me. Goodness. If you are in goodness, you can think and act. That in goodness only you get focus. And the passion and ignorance can be driven out by this kind of lifestyle I told you. What type of food you eat, what type of association you keep, what type of books you read, how you meditate, how you calm, cool, collected mind. I told you the lens should not shake, it should be kept calm. When mind is kept calm, then the focus comes very easily. Whereas early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy and wise, we say, no? And also eating this type of food, and also taking part in the kirtans. 3 things I'll tell you in essence you can take home, take away with you. ABC. A for association, that is uplifting. B for Bhagavad Gita, 1 page a day. And C, chanting 1 round a day. 1 round means 108 times. Anybody is already doing it here? Any of you is doing it? Chanting, you're doing it?
The 108.
Yeah? You do the 108? Good, very good. Very good. Wonderful. You also do?
I chant 18 times.
18 times you do. Anybody else is doing?
I don't think, at least a lot of us don't know what the Gita or a chant is.
They don't have a copy of, you don't have a books with you?
Yeah, maybe you can give it under.
They can get a copy. Just 1 page a day they can read. It's going to take 5 minutes for them. Yeah. This is actually student's copy. The other one is a very big size. This is a small pocket size. So you just read 1 page a day, that's all. This one page from here to here will take you just 5 minutes. So like we say, small drops of water make an ocean. So there are about how many pages in this? There are about 700. In 700 slokas, 700 pages, that's all. So in 2 years you'll finish it. Just read 1 page a day. Anybody wants a copy? Can they get a copy of this?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Do we have enough copies? Yeah. So you all can pick up a copy. So this I was requesting you to read 1 page a day. And chanting, these are the chanting japa beads. This is very quick to calm the mind. In these beads, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Move it to the next one. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Like that. If you keep on doing like this, 108 money, this is the starting one. From here you start, here you end, 108 times. It takes you 10 minutes, it takes. So 10 minutes for japa and 1 page of Bhagavad Gita, 15 minutes out of 24 hours. That's all. Try it. You try it for a week. If you don't benefit, you can give it up.
And I just wanted to add, we have every morning on Zoom, we have 15 minutes of morning meditation.
What time it is?
7:15, but we're like flexible. We're still trying to figure out the best time. But right now it's 7 to 7:15, just to kind of promote that.
Yeah.
So we get up. So if you're interested, feel free to chime in.
So there all your friends will come. You all can in a group.
Yeah.
Together we can do it. Can we do 3 times now? All of you ready? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Like this. Like this, if you do 108 times, in 10 minutes if you do, it will make a big difference for you. Morning you do it and your whole day will go well. You are going to carry positive energy all around you. There will be a positive energy bubble around you. Wherever you go, you will spread positivity. You try this. Just 3 things I told you. ABC. A for association, that is uplifting. Like this weekly once you all are coming, I think. Correct, no? Yeah, and B for Bhagavad Gita, 1 page a day. And C for chanting. And D is devotional diet, which I don't have to tell you. Very nice. This is at least once in a week when they come, you can get it. See, our Kautakarna Prabhu comes all the way. It takes almost 1.5 hours to come here. And you study in the college here, correct, no?
Yes, I did.
You do, yeah. So he is studying here. They both come here, taking out their valuable time. So if you all, you also study here. Very good. You are the singer of today, right? Yeah. Sang very nice. So very. It was like Madhav Prabhu's Kirtan. Very nice it was. And Sadhu Vrindavan was playing that Mridanga. It was so good. When I came, I was transported to another world. I was wondering, why should I speak today? Let us just sit and hear. Let it go on forever. I felt like that. So good it was. Very nice. You do that every week, you all do? Yes. Wonderful it is. This Kirtan. You just sit for 10 minutes, it will be very absorbing. You will see that. So thank you all for your time. Hare Krishna. I live in India, I live in Pune and Hyderabad, 2 places. I am a president in both the places. And I also travel to 15 places in India, different places. I come to US 3 months in a year. I come twice for 45 days each time. And I also, these days I am putting many things in Instagram also, Radheshyamdas official. If you see, you will get it. And there is a website called Radheshyamdas.com. If you go for newcomers, you will learn many things there. Radheshyamdas.com. Or if you go to Google and just put Radheshyamdas, in that there are many this type of topics. You will get to see there. And see there, and you will find my email there. And if you ask questions, I will reply. But Kautakarna Prabhu comes every week here. Correct? Yes. He's ready to come every week. It's a great blessing for all of you.
So if you have any
questions. They can write questions to me.
I just had 2 final announcements.
Yes.
One is that we have a talk next week. It's from a person named Devotionaldas. He came
LA.
Actually, Erica, I think that was her first time coming here to that event, and she's been coming ever since because it was so inspirational. So if you have the time, feel free to drop by.
Yeah.
And the second thing is, can we do a group photo if that's okay?
Yeah. Yes. Oh, yeah, sure.
What do you think about caffeine?
Caffeine? Yeah. See, tea contains nicotine and coffee contains caffeine. So the caffeine has a drug. It's a kind of drug. It dulls our brain. Like scientifically, like you heard about serotonin? Like the serotonin or endorphin, they are all happiness producing hormones. Similarly, opposite of that, dopamine, you heard? So also you heard adrenaline, we call it. Yeah, adrenaline. So these are bad hormones, which actually choke the blood vessels, increase the blood pressure. So we want to put those substances into our system which will actually elevate us and not make us dull. They should not actually make us dull, they should not build our pressure inside. So this caffeine, nicotine, these things initially give you a sense of some kind of, like if you take tea also, it takes you up, like this. And then it brings you down to depression, negative. Then people have to drink more. Again it brings them down. Same with cigarette also. Cigarette, if somebody smokes, immediately you get a kind of, because it stretches the nerves. Then you feel, I am very strong now. But then it brings you down to negative axis, then you have to smoke 1 more. Then 2 more. Then people smoke 2-3 packets also. You have seen that. Then they are called as a what? Chain smoker, we call them. Similarly, liquor also, when we keep on drinking, first quarter, then half, then 1, then 2. Then people go for rum also. From they start with beer and go to rum. And in this way when we go, then it becomes a habit. Then difficult to get out. So the habits are said to be like cables in the beginning. Sorry, they are cobwebs in the beginning, they become cables. Very difficult to get out later. So if you have that habit of drinking coffee every day, so you can drink every other day instead of drinking every day. If you are drinking every other day, make it once a week. If you are doing it once a week, make it once a month. You can reduce like that. Then make it once in a semester. Then give it up after that. Gradually.
So you don't drink any caffeine?
Actually, why we don't take? We don't want to dull our brain. You want to be brisk or you want to be dull? You want to reflex action you want to give or you want to be slow to act? What do you think? Yes? Like for example, you are a student now, correct? So when your teacher is speaking, you want to quickly understand or slowly understand. Therefore we avoid it. Correct, no? You want to be a bright student or a dull student? Correct, no? If you want to be bright, avoid those things which dull our brain. Correct, no? Because tamasika means ignorance. So some of the items which we put in the mouth are considered to be making our dull brain. It's not some kind of sentimental idea, it's a fact. It's a scientifically proven fact. You can check it also. Caffeine, nicotine, drugs, liquor, cigar, they don't do any good for us. No doctor will tell you that these are wonderful, take it. Nobody will tell you. They are not good for us. But people do it because of titillation. They get a thrill. Therefore they do it. So, but if you give them up, you will see a very big difference, you will see. And if you avoid it in this age, you will see even when you become 60, 70, 80, you will be very healthy. You can see that people who are, like those who do pranayam, yoga, even at 70, 80, they look like young people. You have seen that? The reason is because they avoid all these things. Whatever is not, this is called as, whatever is bad for your system, we keep it far away. We don't bring it near. Like whatever is good, we take it. It's called as feeding and fencing. So you fence those items which are not good for us. Which are favorable, we accept. Is that clear? Yeah. In case you are unable to avoid it, no problem, you take it, but you chant Hare Krishna. Because if you chant Hare Krishna, Lord will inspire you eventually to conquer those habits. Alright? Yeah. Yes, yeah, sure. Yeah. Anybody wants little more? Finish everybody? Okay. Where should I come? Come, Kautukandapu, come. We'll take here only, come.
We'll do it there if that's okay.
Yeah.